Welcome to the Allured Life podcast. My name is Katie Christ, and in 2016, I wrote down in a journal that I was going to become unapologetically my best self. And my purpose is to help women do the same, whether that's overcoming body image issues, creating next level inner confidence, or up-leveling our emotional intelligence and sense of worth. I believe that by investing in and developing who we are, we can exponentially transform the world we live in. My mission is to create power and influence in the hands of women. These are conversations for those ready to rise. This is the Allured Life podcast. Let's go all in. Hello, and welcome to the Allured Life podcast. So this week's episode is I grabbed it from the Metamorphosis program. So this is it's my signature program, the evolution of the total transformation. This is a program that I've run time and time again and really evolved it into what it is today. And I wanted to share day one with you. Day one is more so an introductory call, just kind of really explaining the bulk, not the bulk, but the path of where we're going within this program. But one of the things that I loved and I wanted to share was just kind of this focus of really shifting our thoughts around goal setting. I know that's everybody and their mom likes to talk about goal setting, especially in the beginning of January. And so now we're talking about quote unquote goal setting in November. But it's something where when I learned the difference between masculine energy goals and feminine energy plans, changed everything for me. It truly did. This shift, this kind of concept that I teach on within the introductory call of creating a context that's based in a feminine energy plan, this helped me so much get out of my lack of confidence, me feeling unworthy, me feeling not enough. When it came to literally every goal that I've ever set in my life, whether that was a school-related goal or a career-related goal or a health-related goal, there was always this feeling of like, yeah, I had some wins and I got into some rhythms and I felt good. And then there'd just be like a crash. There would be feelings of like, again, that self-confidence issue that, oh, I'm not enough. Oh, I could have done so much better. Oh, and I really don't think it just comes from me being hard on myself. In fact, I know this is seen at least in the women that are attracted to kind of the conversations that I'm having, who are attracted to the coaching that I have. This definitely comes up with there's feelings of not being enough or not being worthy or not just striving for these things and year after year after year not being able to hit them. Weight loss being the biggest one. I've had women tell me I have asked them, I'm like, okay, how long have you been like trying to lose weight? Simple question. And they're like, Katie, my entire life, since I was a teenager, since I was a kid who just started to look at and notice that, hey, I have a different body type than other women, than other kids, honestly. Like even for me, I remember I was in first grade and I remember being on the staircase with my mom and I was like, I'm fat. And she just is like, you'll grow into it. And so throughout literally, I feel like until I was 20, I kept being like, I'll grow into it. I'll grow into it. I will grow into my body. Until then I was like, okay, so for how many years have I been saying I'll grow into it? Something's got to shift. Something's got to give something. And that was the journey that I've gone through basically since realistically me trying to figure this out since I was 21. And by the time this will be launched the day before I turn 29. So it's been a couple of years. And again, this conversation was the trajectory that changed everything for me. That really alleviated a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of not feeling enough. So I hope you enjoy. And if too, so this round of metamorphosis is completed. If you would like, if you're like, oh, I like this conversation, reach out, send me a DM. We will be launching the next round of metamorphosis in January. So I'm excited to take these current modules and to grow on them. I'm constantly growing and evolving and just building on top of my own work of art, my legacy in these programs. So the next round is going to be even bigger, better, and all around so much more transformational. So guys, go all in, enjoy this module from Metamorphosis. Welcome to day one, the kind of introduction to the Metamorphosis program. So I'm going to scoot up to my mic, make sure that you guys hear me. This room is a little bit echoey. This is me and Ryan's new office, basically my office. But sometimes I like to move around a lot when I work. So it's Ryan's office too, but it's a little bit echoey. We don't have a carpet. There's wood floors. We don't really have sound stuff to kind of get the sound in. So it's not so much echoey. So I'm going to be speaking close to this mic so that you can hear me really, really well. I am so excited to lead this program, Metamorphosis. This is a program that it's always been there. It's always been there. This has finally been the uncovering of what this program could be like. So a little bit background of where this program came from. I have, as you guys know, this evolved from the Total Transformation. That was my signature program. That is a program that I was trained to do. It was a very health-based program, and I marketed it and really niched it down to a lot of weight loss, a lot of focusing on your exercising, being the type of person that moves their body every single day, focusing in on nutrition and shedding the weight on your body, and working on body image perception and self-confidence. And a lot of the times when women would come to me, we would have our initial discovery session and we talk about, okay, what would come for you for losing the weight? And they're like, oh, Katie, be everything. It would be me losing the weight. I would finally be confident in my body. I would be so much happier. I wouldn't feel so lazy. I'd have so much more time to spend with my kids. I'd have the energy to spend with my kids. My kids would grow up not with this mentality that is just crushing sometimes, especially the women that had daughters, of them just being like, I can already see her feeling uncomfortable in her own body, of her questioning, hey, why am I a little bit chubbier than my brother who's very, very skinny? Like who already at 6 years old already had that awareness of my body. Is my body supposed to look like this? What am I supposed to like? That something's wrong, right? And the more that we dove into these conversations about weight loss, the more it was so hard to get under that first initial surface of just, if we know to lose weight, it's actually like the calories in have to be less than the calories coming out. Like we have to burn more energy. Scientifically, that is the equation. So therefore it's eat less calories and exercise more. Yet why is it so hard for us to be consistent with that? Why is it so hard for us to show consistency in losing the weight? Why is it so hard for women specifically to say, I want to lose weight and actually lose the weight? Because it is. Because I was having clients who they were moving their bodies and they were eating. They like cut out carbs. They were making sure that they were eating enough. Like we became little scientists of like, let's figure out exactly the right equation for you to eat and like, let's figure it out and let's go. And it felt so hard. Even for me being on a coach, I was like, oh, you're doing everything. Like what's going on here? And what I started to realize is that there's so much more to it. There's so much more energetically there's so much more mindset wise that when you talk about it, when you say like, yeah, it actually becomes really, really easy to figure out how to lose weight or to feel good and confident in your body. It's really, really easy once you start to understand this stuff. That pisses people off. That pissed me off. I've been like, what? If it's so easy to do it, then tell me how to do it. But the thing is the question isn't how do I do it? The question isn't how do I become that person? Tell me what to do. It's not the question. And that is so frustrating to hear. I know that. I know. But that really truly is it. The question isn't how do I become that person? The question is just, it's not even a question. It's just stepping into her. It's stepping into who is the type of person, who is the Katie, who is she? And it's just doing exactly what she does every single day. It gets weird. It gets wonky, right? You started this program and you're just like, I wanted a step-by-step equation of how to lose weight. And the first thing that you're telling me, Kate, this first conversation is, it's not about what to do. It's who are you? Like, what? Stick with me on this. I'm giving a little bit more context of where the evolution of this program came because of the past experiences that I have with myself and then with other women as well. Because we focused on what the first session that we would always have is, all right, let's create the list, like your goals. Let's create your 3 goals that you're going to have in 90 days or in 60 days. That's usually the kind of the context or the time frame that I worked with women, either a 3-month period or a 6-month period. Like, okay, what's the goal here? What is it? And we would put down, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to exercise daily or 5 times a week. And I want to eat way better. And then we would go in and deepen it of like, okay, let's actually integrate of, okay, what is going to feel to lose 20 pounds? And I would ask them to go into their senses of, okay, what would it feel like? What are you going to see? What are you going to hear? What are you going to touch? What are you going to smell? Like all of those, which is really weird. What are you going to smell when you're losing 20 pounds? But I loved those conversations because it started to actually create this real version of like exactly who is this Katie that lost 20 pounds? What does she see every single day? What does she hear every single day? What does she touch every single day? What does she smell every single day? What was the last one? Hear, touch, taste, hear, see, smell. Those are the 5. And I'll talk about this today. There's something to that, but we are doing it wrong. What we don't want to be doing in this program to completely change who we are from the inside out, who we are stepping into our versions of ourselves every single day from the inside out, how we act every single day from the inside out, how we look every single day from the inside out. The approach to do that is not by creating SMART goals anymore. It's not by saying, I want to lose 20 pounds in 90 days. It's not about, I want to exercise. Like if I can just get into the habit of moving my body every single day for the next 30 days or 5 times a week for the next 30 days, I'm on the trajectory of getting what I want. There's a part of that with this. There's a part of it, but that's not the first step in this equation. That's not what we want to focus on this first module, this first day, we'll talk about implementing that. We'll talk about strategies of how to move our body every single day. We'll talk about what it looks like to kind of have certain nutrition, because I really do believe that when we are striving for everything that we want in life, whether it's your health, you want a certain body type, you're going from here, you're going from there. Okay, how do we get there? Like whether it's that, whether it's finances, whether it's feeling like you have a purpose in this life, an invested passion, purpose, whether it's the community that you want to help, whether it's just what kind of clothes you want to be wearing, the house that you want, the job that you want, the relationship that you want, everything that you want, this can be applied. What we're going to be talking about can be applicable. And two, I'm going to talk about your health and nutrition and your body, because it's the vessel for us to achieve those things. How many times do we say, I just don't have the energy for it? Oh, I'm just so tired. Oh, I'm just so stressed. Like I just can't. I don't have time to do this. I don't feel like going out on a date. I just didn't like, I got to look at my finances, but just, I don't have the energy. I just don't feel confident, like walking to that meeting and asking for that, right? Like everything that we want in life, everything that you're like, this is what I want. Even if it's not health related, it's health related. So that's my passion of fueling our body, this vessel where we've been put in this world, into this body, into this vessel to achieve whatever we want for a reason. Let's fuel it. So I'm going to be talking about exercise and nutrition within this program, but knowing that everything that we do talk about is all encompassing of, if you want a certain financial goal, cool. We're going to talk about nutrition and exercising and movement so that you can achieve that goal. You want a relationship? Cool. We're going to be talking about nutrition and exercise so that you can achieve this, of sleep, of stress, of managing the energy in your body. Metamorphosis is all about from the inside out to achieve next level results that you want. And so let's start the conversation all about creating and figuring out, what do you want in this life? So I would love for you right now just to take out a piece of paper, or if you're watching this online and you like to type, get out a piece of paper, get out a Word doc, and just list off in 2 minutes everything that you want in your life. Just we're going really broad. We're going broad, and then we're going to narrow it down. So right now, go pause me and just 2 minutes, go. So look at your list right now. And I'm going to ask you a question of, these things that you want in your life, are they, when you're looking at this type of things, they're specific, right? You either get it or you don't get it. You either lose 20 pounds or you don't lose 20 pounds. You either make $1 million or you don't make $1 million. You either find the love of your life or you don't find the love of your life. Very hit, you got it, good, let's have it. We love it. Or we don't have it. What the heck? What's going on here? Like, I hate, like, why? I lost 19 pounds, but I only lose 20 pounds. What we want to do, instead of, again, every other program, and honestly, Katie from a year ago, maybe even 6 months ago, would have said, good, focus on your goals. We have to have goals. Like, that was always the motivator for me. I want to have a certain amount of people in a program. I want to lose a certain amount. I want to exercise a certain amount every single week. I want to drink a certain amount of water every single day. Like, very tangible goals of, I either hit it or I don't. And the problem that I found with this is coming from a place of lack. 100% lack. Of me feeling like, you either don't have it or you do. You don't have it or you do. And what I, again, it was coming from a place of lack. It was coming from a place of, I'm not enough a lot of the times. If I didn't hit a certain revenue for my business, not enough. I'm not good enough. I could have done better. Like what I should have pushed harder. Like what could I have done more of? If I didn't lose weight in a month, or if I took that before and after image and if I didn't see enough of a difference, I'm like, what am I doing wrong? What's happening here? Okay, do I need to eat less? Do I need to work out more? Am I not doing the right amount of working out? Like I'm going to Orange Theory 5 times a week at 5 a.m. Do I need to go 6 times a week? Do I need to have 2 workouts during a day? Oh wait, maybe I'm like pushing myself too much. Maybe I need to maybe I need to try intermittent fasting. Maybe my window of eating food is too much. And I read that if you shorten the amount of time, then your body has more time to burn off fat. Like maybe I need to be doing that. There I was living in lack, living in a place of I'm not doing everything, but I was working out 5 times a week, going at 5 a.m. in the morning at Orange Theory. I never did that in my life. 5 years ago, Katie, it was just a struggle to even like show up 3 times a week to work out. I was working out 5 times a week at 5 a.m. What? I was that person. My sister was getting the notifications on her Apple Watch that I worked out. I was that type of girl. And I still felt like I wasn't doing enough. I still felt like I wasn't like I didn't, I'm not there. What's going on? And in that focus, how many of us have felt burnt out? Because we're coming from a place of lack. Because what's fueling us is there's this little tiny bullseye of I got it. I got that right there. That's it. I win. And there's a huge vastness of I didn't get it. It's not enough. What kind of like I'm getting kind of close there, but like how close am I? Like come on, there's the bullseye, it's right there. Like I'm focused just on that, focus on that, focus on that. But as I'm focusing just on that thing in my mind at the same time as I'm not there yet, I'm not there yet, I'm not there yet, not enough, not enough, not enough. And what did that do with my confidence? They're like not enough. There was a lot of worthiness issues coming up, and I was like, I am doing things that are good for my body. I am stretching myself. I'm trying to grow, yet I still feel the anxiousness, the anxiety, like the struggle is still like, come on, Katie, come on. When does this get easy? When does this get fun? I don't know. And I started to see that also with clients as well, too, who were focusing in on, we're like, we got this. We're going at it together. We're going to lose the weight. We got this, girl. And they still felt like not enough. And I saw it. And we would have these sessions. And I'm like, I always would start my sessions with, okay, what went well? And they're like, oh, like I worked out every single day and I ate, I drank all my water and I did things that I haven't been doing ever. But like, I haven't lost the weight. But like, I still feel like my thighs feel like they're still big. Like I feel like I should be like seeing something different with my thighs right now. It takes time. You worked out 5 times a week. Amazing. You drank the water. That's amazing. I was so excited, but they didn't feel it in their bodies. And I felt that because the goals that I was reaching for, I felt like yeah, I'm doing a ton of stuff. Yeah, but I'm not there yet. And so it's not wrong to have goals. But what is wrong is for us to if that's the only thing that we're focusing on when we're trying to transform ourselves from the inside out. If we only focus on, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that thing over there, and then I want this, and then I like this, and then I want that. When it's just that, where it's just a yes or a no, of what we want, when we're drawing a line in the sand, we are in the boat of burning out. We're in the boat of not enough, ever feeling like it. I always would I'd always would hear these stories of how, have you ever kind of seen those stories? I feel like it was the Dove commercials, or some model would come up a lot of times in the body love movement, the body positivity movement, and they were talking about how they just never felt good in their skin. And for me, of someone that always didn't feel good in your skin, I would look at them of like, you have the body that I want. How do you not feel good in your skin? What's what? Screw you. Girl, screw you. If you don't feel good in your skin, like what's this? Shoot. And I'm sure too, even women will look at me saying, I never felt good in my skin, and be like, screw you, Katie. What? Screw it. And, but the thing is, she was in that boat. I was in that boat of, you look a certain way, you feel a certain way. It's either yes or no. Yes or no. And we're in the boat of yes or no. We're constantly going to feel like we're sinking, because the yes of floating in this boat is so, 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 so small. So small. And two, this was another big realization. When I said that I would want something, and I was like, here's the bullseye. Here's what I want. I want that little thing right there. It's a yes or a no. What I noticed is that because we are human beings, because we are constantly evolving, because we are getting stimulation every single day of information, of coding that is creating our thoughts and our beliefs, and we're having different thoughts and beliefs, thousands of thoughts and beliefs every single day, that's dictating my personality, my actions, because I am constantly evolving and I'm not staying the same every single day. What I wanted shifted and changed and went around. Like there was different evolutions of exactly what I wanted. And I'd want more too. I'd have a certain revenue goal for my business. I'm like, I want more. I want more people in this program. I want more money. I desire more money. I have this relationship with Rob. I have this relationship. We went on a date. I want more dates. I want it to be like this kind of a date, and I want that adventure, and I want this feeling of sexiness, and I want this, that. And I want, oh, this, my body type. Okay, I want this kind of body type. I want this kind of version of like feeling athletic. I want to have this kind of like this yoga stance, and this flexibility. Like all this stuff was compiling of like, ooh, I want that and that and that and that and that and that. And so it was like, but wait, there was this one thing that I was focusing on, but like all these other things. And so I was like, I can't focus on that just yet because I have all this other stuff. And like also this moving target is like, and you see how even I'm talking about this right now, and it gets confusing, and the target of what we desire keeps just moving. And how hard is it to move or to hit a moving target? Unless we're so focused in on just, I want to lose 20 pounds and that's it. And I'm not even going to think about my relationships. I'm not even going to think about my work. I'm not going to think about anything else. It's just going to be that. Then it's in a standstill moving target. And how miserable does that sound when all your life is just focused on one thing? Women come to me and they say that they've been trying to lose weight for 20 years, their whole life. They're 50 and they said, like, I can't remember a time where I didn't think about my body. I don't blame them that they haven't gotten it, because it's like we've been taught to create SMART goals, and that's how you achieve results. That's how you achieve the life that you want. SMART goal, 20 pounds. SMART goal, lose this weight. SMART goal, I want to have this finance. Which target am I trying to hit? Can I try to hit both of them? Like where is my energy going? Oh, I feel so exhausted, because you have these targets that like I'm over there, I'm over there, I'm over there, I'm over here. Like, and then it's also moving because you're also constantly growing and evolving. And then when you want more and you want more and you want more and you want more and you want more. And like there's burnout and there's stress and we lose energy. And how many times during the week are you like, I am so exhausted? There's nothing wrong with having goals, but I want to talk to you about a different approach, something that can encompass everything that you wrote down within that 2 minutes. Everything. And that's coming from a place of we don't want to be in the realm of yes and no anymore because that limits us so much. It limits us and it puts us into this feeling of I'm not enough. It's only coming from a place of lack in life. You either get it, or just yay, and then you're like, what's it? What's next? Like that supermodel that says like she has the body type that we all want. She's like, but I still like there's not happy. You get it, and you're like, well, what's next? We will always be like that. 100%. Always be like that. We don't want to live in this world where it's like if our worth is just on a yes and no, we're going to be living in the no for so much because the yes will just happen. Like you get it, and then you're like, okay, what's next? Cool, got it. What's next? We live, if it's just in the yes and no realm, you're living a lot of no. And that's, again, a lot of worthiness, of not feeling good enough, of lack, of just like, oh, I'm not there yet, but I'm trying. Yay, I got something. Oh, I didn't get there as fast as I want to. Yay, like I'm getting there. Oh my gosh, okay. And also too, in this realm of yes and no, I talk about this in Seasons of Strength, and this is something that's really, really big as well too. You feel time. Okay, we got the puppy. The puppy was barking. You probably will hear this in the recording. And so with living in the land of yes and no, of either you get it or you don't, we feel time so much, and it adds to that level of self-worth. It adds to that level of just like that constraining and that just pushing in that like like I've been at this for so long and it's been 30 days and I haven't done anything, I'm never going to get it. And that adds to a level of stop go momentum that we do not want, that we're trying to get away from. And so this we'll have a continued conversation about this. And what I really want to dive into is to change from the inside out, to blossom, to transform our body, our life, to become a different version of us. All those little dots that we want, all the things that you put down, everything that's either a yes or a no, you get it or you don't. Great to have. We want those. I want them for you. What we first, before we even say, okay, this is the goal that I'm setting, this is what I want, this is where I'm striving for, pull back a little bit and ask, what is the context that I can put all of that in? All of it. So again, I've spoken to big on creating motivation, of sparking and sustaining motivation so that we keep following through every single day on focusing on what we want. We don't get distracted. We don't let the day-to-day grind or the work that we're doing every single day or the kids that are going crazy, we don't let those things distract us from what we want. So I talk a lot about, okay, sparking motivation is really about having ambition and expectancy. And then sustaining motivation is about having attention on this and then creating action every single day. And we'll talk about this a little bit more in the coming days, but it's what is a big thing that women say is like I want to lose weight. I want to transform my habits. I want to be a different person. I want to see in the mirror a different version of me. What happens is that they say like I lose motivation. I just don't have it. I forget about it. Like, what do you mean when you lose motivation? You just forget? You don't physically feel excited? Or like what's going on here when you say you don't have motivation and like some days you do, some days you don't? Like where do you grab motivation? Like what is this motivation that you're like, what is it? What is it? And me 2 years ago, I was like, I'm gonna figure it out. I want to know the exact equation of what motivation is. And what I've learned is that it's not, motivation is an energy, like anything, right? Motivation is something that we feel it in our body. We feel like we're like, yes, I want to go do this. And we say like, I'm motivated to go do this. Yes. There's that like propelling energy that's like moving us forward, that's encouraging us to keep going, that's like helping us do the dang things. That push motivation, that's motivate like a rocket ship. That flame that's kind of coming out from that rocket ship. That's the motivation that's getting it into space, right? Is that what you think of when you talk about motivation? It's energy at its essence. I can't hand you a pill of here is motivation, but you can listen to a TED Talk. And after that TED Talk, you're like, they just motivated the heck out of me. I'm ready to go and like get my workout on. Or you listen to a song that pumps you up. So motivation is, it's energy. It's feeling this type of energetic, like okay. And that's where it's like everything that we do, emotion and energetics. Emotions dictate the energy in our body. So how do we become motivated every single day so that the things that we want, the yes and no's that we're reaching for, we're like, I got the energy. I can zone in on it so specifically. I'm so dialed in. I got this. I can handle this. How do we do that? The first step is we need to create a context that can hold everything, the good and the bad of what we want in this life. The good of the things that you listed off, everything that you listed off, all the little dots, all the little bullseyes that you want in this life. And so the yeses, it can hold all the yeses and it can hold the no's as well too. It can hold the space around that bullseye where you're like, I'm going, I'm trying. And it gives you that energy and just, it's creating a context that you feel and you're like, I believe I can get this context. I believe that I can become this type of a version of me. It's creating a health that's like, I'm becoming the healthiest version of myself. Do you see how that's such a bigger context and can hold so much versus I'm going to lose 20 pounds in 20 days? But the beautiful thing about I'm becoming the most healthy version of myself is that it is like, obviously, when that's what is getting you to walk every single day, obviously 20 pounds may happen. If that's kind of your body type too. I want to make that a big caveat. Because someone that may be watching this could be at a really healthy weight. And okay, I will, that if you're in that, I will, we're in this together. Whoever's in this, I know who is exactly in this. So we'll have this conversation if that is something. But what we want to be creating is just, what's something that every single day we can think about and it can hold everything that we want in life. The relationships that we want, the finances, the partnerships, the love life, our relationship with our own self. What is it that we want in this life? All the little things, again, that you listed off. What is a context that you can say and absolutely believe that you can achieve it over this lifetime? Make it big. So big that you could absolutely believe it, but not big enough that you're like, probably not. Me right now, I'm going to be a billionaire in like 2 years. Not feeling that one. But me, I'm creating wealth for my family over my lifetime, exponential wealth, I can get that. I can get behind that. That's a context that I can hold, that I can live into, that can hold the yes of you're going to have a 10K month, Katie. You're going to have a 20K month. You're going to have a 6K month. It can hold that. And it can also hold too, I didn't get there yet. The start of this conversation is to really just say, okay, when we want something in our lives, when we want a certain level of health, the first step is not to say, okay, let's create a SMART goal and let's reach for that goal. The first step is no, what is your context that holds all the goals in there? This is really talking in reaching into feminine energy. What is your feminine energy plan versus your masculine energy goals? I talk about this in Seasons of Strength, but I think this is also applicable in Metamorphosis, in the beginning conversations of what this Metamorphosis program is all about. So it is what we taught, the yes, living in the yes and the no realm. That is very masculine focused goals. You either get it or you don't. You do it, you get it, you achieve it. Masculinity, masculine energy is all about doing, is all about going. It's putting energy out, versus feminine energy is all about receiving, of being, of becoming. And so remember when at the beginning of this conversation, I said, the question isn't not how do I do this? That's not the right question. If you're asking that question, it's the wrong question. What we're doing is we're just being. We're stepping into the feminine energy of being this version of us, who we already are. You want this level of health? You already are. All that matters is just kind of being that version of you, and then it'll come when it's ready to come. And being okay with that. And the balancing act too of leaning into this feminine energy, of leaning back, of creating this feminine energy plan, which is your context, and then balancing it out of, okay, within this plan of me receiving this, I'm going to receive this version of my, like, this is the best health that I've ever been in my life. That's my context. I am every single day stepping into the best health of my life. That's the plan. That's the plan. And so within that plan, then you can put into that context of, okay, 20 pounds, losing the 20 pounds. Cool. Okay. But if you don't get that in 30 days, it doesn't mean you're a failure with your feminine energy plan. So then that energy that's motivating us, remember the rocket ship that has that energy? Like, we don't have motivation. It's like, it's an energy within us. The energy isn't just the stop and go energy of the yes and no of the 20 pounds anymore. It's not just the yes or no, or because if we keep seeing the no, how our motive, that's when we say we're losing the motivation, right? So like we're losing it because we're living in the realm of yes or no, and the yes is so tiny. It's so tiny. So we're cutting ourselves off of the energy that yes can bring us. That's why we're so motivated in the beginning, because we see the potential. We're like, what if I can get that? What if I can do it? And it's like, we're like, whoa, motivation, the energy is there, the rocket ship has gone, but then we like, there's no, not there yet, not there yet, not yet there yet. And then our energy starts to die and die and die and die and die. And that's when we say we lose motivation. It's so hard to sustain motivation. It's so hard to be motivation day in and day out. But let's step into, okay, what if we every single day lived into our context, our feminine energy plan, our plan of just like, I will arrive at this and I believe I will get this no matter what. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I know I will achieve it. That motivation, that's consistent motivation. That's not just like a whoosh and then a die out. That's a hold this energy for as long as it takes to actually achieve the level of result that you want. Think about it. Think about it as a driving. You have a plan to go from me and Ryan, we start today, have a plan from going from Madison to Minneapolis. Let's actually go farther. We're gonna go visit a friend in San Diego. So we have a plan to start from Madison, Wisconsin to go to San Diego. We need to get there in 24 hours. However long it takes, actually. Let's say it literally takes 36 hours of nonstop driving. We're like, we want this, we're getting there. Like that's it. We're either in San Diego or we're not in San Diego. How fun would that car ride be? It would just be like, we're going, go, get gas. Oh, we don't have time to get gas. Oh, you have to pee again? Okay, like we don't have time to get like, come on, we're going. And like then let's say something comes up, flat tire. There's a side of the road and I really want to go, but I'm like, so my desire is, oh, I really want to stop and like go see the Grand Canyon, but nope, we don't have time. Oh, that sucks. I gotta pee. Don't have time to go pee. Come on. You say that you want to lose weight. You want to lose 20 pounds. Okay, we gotta go. We gotta drive. We gotta exercise. We have to eat a certain way. We have to exercise. We have to see this certain way. Oh, you're tired? Nope. We don't have time. We don't have time to be tired. Nope. Oh, you're lazy. Come on, get your butt out of bed. Come on, we gotta do this. Like, okay, come on, let's go. Oh, there's a birthday party and they have like my favorite cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory. No, you can't have that. Does not seem fun. No wonder we're stopping. That's not a life that no wonder we're not getting the results, because that's not a fun drive to be on. You can't have the cheesecake and you can't go see the Grand Canyon. You don't have time to go pee, to take care of your body, to rest. No wonder we're not getting that level of we're not enjoying this. No wonder we lose steam. No wonder there's burnout. Versus the plan is to go from Madison to San Diego. That's the plan. When are we get there? I don't know, but I'm going to get there. Oh, cool. Let's stop at the Grand Canyon. Oh, I gotta pee. Okay, let's go pee. Oh, okay. There's this really cool restaurant that I want to try out that I saw on Diner, like Burgers, Diners, and Dash, whatever that show is called. Oh, cool. Okay, let's go do that. Let's take a picture. Oh, let's go take Cabby. Like, let's have her go in swim in Salt Lake City. Let's go take a picture here. Like do you see how like I'm butchering this story, but like the traveling of that journey, I know I'm going to get to San Diego at some point. But because I don't have this, like I have to get there in 36 hours, and that's all I'm focusing on. There's no like stopping at the Grand Canyon. Do you see how like this is when I had this analogy given to me by a mentor? I finally was like, oh, because we've heard like it's about the journey, and I hated that. I hated that, because I was like, the journey it's not very fun. I'm like, I get it, but I really want the thing at the end of that journey. Just like, let me have it. Because I was like, go to San Diego. We gotta get there. We gotta get there. This journey sucks. Like, it's about the journey. No. Drive. It's my road rage voice. But if it is about if the plan is let's get to San Diego, oh, you have a flat tire? Cool. Okay, let's just handle this. There's no stress. There's no anxiety. So if my plan is to like be in the best health of my life, if that's San Diego, along that journey will be to lose weight. Along that journey will be to sleep, to drink water, to exercise a certain way, to eat a certain way. It's like all encompassing of that. And two, the pothole in the road of me finding out that my dad lost his job, and like the emotional like capability of that, of like I'm able to hold that because it's a part of the journey. It's a part of it's still in the plan. The plan hasn't changed. Sure, I might not have moved my body that way over those couple of days that I was dealing with that. Or, oh, like Cabby's coming in and she's a total menace and is like not allowing you to create a video recording of this where like you can be in on this without her barking. It's cool. Okay, no, we're creating this plan. It's all encompassing of it. And so that's the first part of this journey, is just to change from the inside out, is to make sure that everything that we're thinking about while we're on this journey is squeaky clean. It's like just so good. Our why for you creating the level of health that you want. I'm gonna make this more so health based, but your why is so good. That every single day you have a level of energy that you can tap into. That's not just in the yes or no. Like what is that? That's all encompassing, that it can handle the potholes. It can handle the flat tires. It can handle you getting rear-ended by somebody. And you not freaking out and you not stopping. So you get to San Diego. But if you are just living in the yes and the no, when that's just the context, the things that derail you, that stop, that frustrate you, that have probably in the past stopped you time and time again, time after time after time, in some form, one way or the next. They're just part of the journey versus actually stopping you and pushing you back into this bubble of like, nope, stay here. We're not transforming. We're not changing. That's the biggest, that's the realest thing. And I keep talking about this in all like the programs. I talked about it in Reactivate. I talked about it in Seasons of Strength. I've talked about it in these podcasts that I've been having. Is like the truest form of, and as simple as possible, is where we are at right here in this hand and where we want to go. Can I be so bold to say that you can get it 100% of the time? If when you step into this, when you step off of where you're going, when you say, okay, I'm walking to get this ambition of mine. I'm walking, I'm going. You step off. Can you stay in the void, the line in between? Can you keep walking? Not even know, like we don't know this void right here, this line that connects where you are to where you're going to be. This line, we do not know how long this is going to be. We don't. That's the biggest hurdle. That's the biggest pain point, is how long am I going to be in this void? How long are we staying in the heat of transformation? Because in this void, right here, where you're currently at, you are safe. You might see what this is, and you're like, I want that. I've seen other people be at that. It's like, it should be possible for me. But right here, you are safe. You are living, and you are actually content to stay here. When we jump off, the void happens. And in the void, we will see, we're like, oh, okay, I got something. I got a goal. I had a goal. But then there's a lot of no's in this void too. There's so much no's. Probably 95% of it is no. But then it'll be a lot of yeses too. And there's be yeses that you didn't even realize that you wanted to be a yes. How long can you stay in the void? That's it. And staying in this void, all it takes, the first step is just creating context that can hold the void and anything that comes in that void. It can hold you moving your body every single day. It can also hold you not feeling like you want to move your body. It can hold that like overcoming those emotions of feeling lazy or feeling not enough or feeling this low level of self-worth. Like it can hold it all. That's it. That's the conversation. That's it. So it's not complicated work that we're doing here, but it's not easy either. Because in this void, there will be emotions that you do not want to feel coming in. And I will be asking you to just hold those emotions versus pushing them aside. I'll ask you to do that because that's the work. If we push the emotions aside, if we push not feeling good enough, if we push away this belief of worthiness or like any ickiness that does come up when we say we want something, and when you're like, it's so hard to get it. I feel so low energy when we just keep pushing that away, or just keep coming up with the thought of, I don't have time for this. Nope. We go right back to where we're at. We jump right back in. We take ourselves out of the heat. Can we stay in the heat? Can you stay in the void? Can you create a why, a context that is so powerful that there is no stepping back once you say I want that. Once you say yes to that context, there is no stepping back. There's no stepping back. That's the level of context that we need to create. It is so strong, so all-encompassing of everything that you want in this life. That when you say it, you're like, oh shit, I can't go back from this. Because the veil has been scratched open and I see it. I see what's capable for me. I see what I want. I know I can get there. I have this belief that I can get there. And so that's going to be the practice for today module. This is going to be a practice. This is a conversation that's always going to evolve, and it might not land for you today. Stay with it. Scratch off, like, what is this context going to be? What is this context for my life, my purpose for this life? What is the context for where I'm at and where I'm going? What is something that can hold everything that I listed off on that piece of paper? Everything that I want in this lifetime. What is a context that can hold it all? So it might be a couple of contexts. But what I want to ask for you within that context is really look at and be like, hey, what is it going to feel like? What am I going to see as I'm living and walking with that context? What am I going to hear? What am I going to taste? So like I said before, when we can take those specific, very masculine energy goals, right? And I used to with clients, I was like, let's put your 5 senses and see what you're going to like feel, taste, touch with those. I wanted to expand it even more with your context. What are you going to see you doing every single day? What are you going to hear? What are you going to touch? What are you going to taste? What are you going to feel? Because when you start to know, like, I want you to get to know what this context is and start living into it right now, starting now. Because you can, because your context should be big enough that you do not know how you're going to achieve this, but enough that you believe you will achieve it. And your context holds everything. So if it holds everything, it can hold the you right now. And so for you creating this context, you should be able to feel everything that you say. What is this context going to feel like? You should feel it right now then. What is it going to taste like? You should be able to taste that potentially too. What are you going to hear? Start hearing it right now. Like we're going to start to condition ourselves to like understand when we're in alignment with that context, when we're out of alignment with it, which is what we'll talk about later on in the program. that is your homework for today, is to really get familiar with, okay, let's sit with this, Katie. Let's go away from what these SMART goals are. Let's go away from it for a little bit. And let's come back to, what is this context that I'm going to be stepping into? And what is it going to feel like? And start walking with it today, right now. So guys, this is day 1 of 11 trainings that we are going to dive into. But this is really more so of the introductory. Really, this was me setting a context for this program of what this context or what this program is going to be about. So keep going all in, and I look forward to talking with you on Friday. Hey there. Thank you so much for listening. My goal is to help as many women listening, and if this episode supported you in any way, the very best way to show your appreciation is by simply screenshotting this episode and sharing on your social media or with your friends. Or even better, drop a review on whatever platform you are listening on. Don't forget, if you are looking for any additional support, you can always reach me on Instagram at Katie Christ. See you back here next week.